Hi everybody, it's Payam here from Niche Advice. I did a video about 2 weeks ago now when the mortgage guarantee scheme was launched or was announced. And I did one and I told, we talked about the good points and the bad points and what I thought it was going to be like. And I thought I'll give you an update on this. But I also, so I'm going to give you a little bit of an update on the mortgage guarantee schemes and what we found so far. But also, pose a couple of questions and I'll be interested to hear your thoughts down below in the comments section. Is it good? Is it good to get a 5% mortgage out there? Should they get 100% mortgages? Do you think in this environment, in this sort of way we are right now, a 5% mortgage is the right thing to do for people? Do you think they should loosen up the affordability? I said in my last video, I don't think they will budge beyond 4.5 times income, 4.49 times income, which is basically the norm for 90% right now mortgages. Do you think that should be 5 times income, 6 times income? What do you guys think about this? And I will talk about what my views are around high loan to value mortgages. I will talk to you about what I believe the future is going to be in terms of the economy and how the market has performed. I will own up and talk about what my predictions were last year and how I got things right or wrong. I'll catch you on the video. Let me know what you think. As always, guys, smash the like button. It really does help me. But more importantly, I do read all of these comments. I try to come back to everybody. So let me know what you think. Take care. All the best. Let's talk about the government mortgage scheme, the government-backed, the 95% loan-to-value scheme. There's lots of videos on it. I did a video on it, and there's lots of videos out there. The gist of it is, look, the scheme's going to be fully launched on April the 19th. I have got literally lots and lots of clients waiting to see what that scheme looks like, waiting to see what the pricing looks like. And the reality is, I don't, from an affordability perspective, I don't think it's going to be any different to what we've seen now with 90% mortgages. And in fact, in the last week and a half, we've seen a couple of lenders come out with 95% standalone mortgages. The gist of it is really affordability is sitting at 4.49 times income from a lot of those lenders. And I don't think it's going to be any adventurous. Pricing might be better with the government scheme, but I don't think there'll be too much difference there. Fundamentally, as I've mentioned with those schemes, it's not about the level of deposit. Obviously, it could be helpful to some people, but ultimately, you've got to have that affordability, that 4.49 times income. So looking beyond the headline rates, ultimately, it comes down to mortgage affordability and being able to get that. And to be able to get that 95% mortgage generally goes in hand with having a good credit profile. I believe initially, certainly, I think you need to have that credit profile and you need to have a decent credit profile or very good credit profile to get the higher 95% mortgages. Obviously, this is where Help to Buy comes into effect, because Help to Buy, although you're buying overpriced new build properties, you have got some specialist lenders who, if you've had blemishes in your credit profile or you've got a low credit profile, they will still lend to you. We'll wait and see what happens. There are lots of questions to be answered. I've got questions around and I will do a video on this when it's fully launched and I can see some of the product choices out there. Questions are, will they lend to foreign nationals? I've just touched on that on the last video. What's the situation around foreign nationals? Will they lend to people on visas? Will they lend to people on with adverse credit? Will they differentiate and penalise people that are on self-employed income? Because some lenders at the moment will lend you 5 times your income if you're employed, but if you're self-employed they might do 4 times, 4.2 times or 4.49 times. So let's see how they treat self-employed, those lenders, if it's still similar criteria to their standard criteria or are they going to come out with something different. How will they treat additional income for affordability purposes? Is it going to be exactly like they treat it right now, or will there be a little bit different around that? How will they treat the property types as well? What type of properties we could expect to and I think that's probably got to do with the lenders that will come out with this lender. Now, a lot of the high street brands have actually come out and said they will coming out and supporting the scheme, and they've actually launched their own 95% mortgages. So we have, if you go into a source now and in our online sourcing that we've got on our website, you will see some 95% mortgages out there. I'm not a big fan of all this stuff, I'll be honest with you. I'm more of a fan of saving up and getting a good rate and getting a good deal. I don't fundamentally, and I said this when on 90% mortgages 6 months ago, but pricing has got better with those. I'm not a big fan of low deposit mortgages. I just think it just leaves you open. Now, if you are a couple that have got very good earnings and you think you can overpay it and make that deposit down and it's better than paying rent, makes sense. But historically, I would always say, look, try to at least put that 15% deposit if you can. I mean, it is obviously, ideally, everybody would want to put as much deposit down. I understand that, but from when people ask me what's my opinion, my opinion is really, you should get at least 10-15%, well, at least 15% deposit, I believe, because then you can weather the storm in terms of if there's down valuations, what's going to happen later on. So, that's my own opinion. I just think you get a better product, a better choice of products out there for people. But yeah, there's 90% mortgages, there's 95% mortgages, and who knows, somewhere down the line, there may even be 100% mortgage. But I firmly believe that we're not out of the woods when it comes to the recession or the way the economy is going. Everyone's acting that everything's all great now and the vaccines are out there and everything's going to turn around. We're still on life support and we don't really know how that's going to work out. And I'm baffled. I mean, I was speaking to one of my relatives in the States, and he was saying exactly the same thing. The property market is just booming out there. You can't buy houses fast enough. So I think the mature economies, global economies, have managed to fool not the population, but they managed to print a lot of money and borrow a lot of money and sustain this recession, and rightly so. Don't get me wrong. I mean, but what that's done is potentially given people a false sense of security around what's going to come. Now, there's two school of thoughts. There is the school of thought to say, look, actually, we're going to recover and everything's going to be great. And there's another school of thought to say, well, what happens when everybody starts coming out furlough and life support and bits and pieces? I'm halfway in the middle. I'm actually undecided. When this coronavirus stuff started happening last year, I was very pessimistic. I thought, it's doom and gloom. Honestly, I've done videos on it. I thought, oh, this is going to be terrible. Don't believe these people. There's going to be, down valuation. There's going to be property prices are going to go down. And frankly, I was proven wrong, I have to say, because, property prices have gone up. They haven't gone down. But I don't know what the longer picture is going to be. And, I'm certainly not an economist, so I don't know. But my own feeling is there's going to be some turbulence happening. And because of that, I think it's best to probably be in a good rate with a good lender. And that's going to be a strong lender that could offer you maybe product transfers and different types of deals in the future should you not want to swap lenders. That's about it, guys. I hope you're all well. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you on the next one. The content of this video does not constitute giving advice. It's purely for information purposes. All cases should be discussed with a professional mortgage broker. As a mortgage is secured against your home or property, it could be repossessed if you do not keep up mortgage payments. Niche advice is authorized and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority.